Good day, everyone. And today I'm joined by Keon Smith. I'm Dr. Krishnan Durga from Action Invest Caribbean Inc. And today we do want to talk to you about the launch of our new edition, the third edition of the Who's Who in Guyana Business. We would have had two very successful um, directories published to date. The first edition back in 2019, second edition in 2020, and we'll give you a little bit of a preview of both. And Kian, how has your day been going?
Today has been fantastic, riding off of a great weekend with different results and things contributing to this week being super, super awesome. For those who know me, understand that Mondays for me is definitely a day that signals new opportunities, and it provides us with the ability to grow more effectively. So I don't see Monday as one of those days that you dread, but definitely as Mondays, as the beginning of a week of new opportunities.
Very good, thank you, Kian. And we were just talking about, the who's who, and this was actually our first edition
Yeah.
that we put together. And let me see if we can make it a little bit wider. So yeah, the first edition, and Kian has with him the second edition.
Yeah.
And these have been uh, distributed far and wide across the country internationally, to the offshore technology conference when we could have still traveled. But other than that, we've been sending these to all the overseas missions that Guyana has. All the embassies locally are distributing them, and you can find copies at Go Invest, the Center for Local Business Development, and almost on every coffee table of any well, what should I say, well-structured organization in Guyana that really wants to make sure that people have the relevant information. I think, let me just see what would happen here. Yes. So
Sure.
we also have quite a few online portions, really taking a look at it. And I'll show you a little bit of a graphic so you can see. Yeah, so there you could see the level of distribution that has taken place online across the world, from Guyana to Suriname, Trinidad, China, the US, Canada, India, Brazil are some of the main areas that are paying keen attention to what is happening here in Guyana. Now, Kian, what are your thoughts on the upcoming edition of the Who's Who?
So before we even go to the upcoming edition, I would just like to share just my experience very quickly with the first two editions. And, it's really the one-stop, very comprehensive opportunity for anybody who's looking to understand what it is to do business in Guyana, because it doesn't only just promote companies and their key team members. It provides you with great information about the budget, about opportunities from the perspective of private sector leaders, and even understanding from key industry leaders who are coming in here to help us to grow our oil and gas industry. So it's not just because it's really well laid out, but the content that it provides is definitely very important. What I also really love about it is that we took the time to invest to make sure that it's of high quality, even though it's being distributed for free. I had the opportunity to speak to a group of young persons, young professionals on Saturday, and we were looking at starting a business. And I did a test with them of how to really determine the value you're providing to the persons that you want to serve, your prospective customers. So I shared out some of the Who's Who business direction and asked them, if you see this with the glossy finish, well designed, you can open it and smell the new book smell, images crisp uh, in the directory. So I asked them, how much did you pay for it? So Dr. Berger would ask you to take a wild guess. How much did you think they said?
I've been hearing answers like 1,000, 2,000. In some cases, I've even heard 3,000.
So I got $2,500 for the directory, and this is just to demonstrate to everyone is we're not only just looking for a platform for businesses to advertise. That's not the nature. This is to really provide opportunities for networking and for businesses who are coming into Guyana to really get to understand who they can connect with for the different services that the directory provides. Because it's all by industry or by sector. So it's really
Yeah.
easy for you to find.
And there are numerous sectors, dealing from agriculture to agro-processing and the like. But if we were to make it even a little bit easier for the persons viewing right now, and we were to pull up the website is actually, who's who .gy, and you can see it on screen there. If you subscribe, it will actually allow you to download a copy and also get any notifications that are coming up. But the website is laid out in such a way that the companies are promoted there. You can see other who's who editions from across the Caribbean and also the previous editions that we have. But you can see the entire range of companies that are featured in the who's who, and it also takes you to their profile, so you get to understand what is really happening with these companies here in Guyana. And the who's who continues to grow really rapidly, and we see many more companies being added. So it's very easy for anyone to be able to get their organization known. So that helps significantly. Right, and let me just bring us back on screen there. Right, and what I would like to show you as well is the e-directory. So persons who are featured in the Who's Who also have the ability to get found online, and very easily. I did mention that we do have the ability to, take a look at the various organizations that are in there, but also all the sectors that are being covered, from agriculture, automotive, banking, energy and energy related. So if you are in one of these particular industries, it would really help to make sure that you get found very easy. And as Keon mentioned, we have a lot of information about what's happening here in Guyana, the economy. We also have been supported by KPMG in terms of providing information on navigating the investment in Guyana, um, expats and Guyanese culture. So quite a lot. And then what we have is in every single industry, we then have the companies that are really focused on moving that industry forward. So quite a lot of useful information, really allowing for persons to get a sense of what is happening in Guyana, and not just for international investors, um, but also for any, yeah, also for any Guyanese companies. So this has really helped a lot of local companies as well be able to make better connections, promote themselves much better. And Kian, what has been your feedback when it comes to the uses of the Who's?
Definitely. We've heard, especially from our clients, persons who've been now using it as almost like their business card or their brochure. So it's available at their location. So they give it out to persons or they direct them to the website. You can actually send the link to the e-copy and let them know which page you're on, and they can go directly there and check out your business. Persons use it as resource materials. We have it in taxis, etc. So when persons are being picked up from the airport, uh, not only do they have the sightseeing, but they also have reading material that can provide relevant content as it relates to doing business here in Guyana. So I know for us, it's not only a platform to showcase what we do, but we ensure that it's distributed wide and far at every event. Wherever you go, you can see a copy of the Who's Who in Guyana Business. But if you are out there, you're an organization, you're listening, and this is not available at your organization, you can feel free to reach out to us, make contact with one of our team members, and we can definitely ensure that you get your hands on the copy. I think we have a few copies remaining because our distribution was about, is it a 10 or 12,000, if I remember correctly? Yep,
10,000.
good that we've distributed, and we just have a few left for this year because we're really going to be looking to make the 2022 edition really, really fantastic.
Yeah. And one of the fun things that continues to happen is the distribution of the directory and the many people who are getting it and are really able to benefit from the information. I think it's always important that we have relevant information at our fingertips.
Yeah,
And we were actually thinking, well, why not feature some of these fantastic people here today? um, because it's quite fun for our team to be going out there and visiting the different organizations, and even through COVID, right? Even through COVID, the directory continues to hit many, many organizations. And we're having a lot of fun also getting this to them in their environment so that they can see what's happening in Guyana, and that it's not just a one-off. Throughout the entire year, the organizations that are listed there and the people who need the information, we're constantly working on making sure that they get the relevant information in a timely manner. And that is what we'll continue to do. We'll continue to ensure that information is presented to portions in a very useful manner. And for anyone as well that really wants to scale up their organization, they really want to make sure that people can easily find them,
yeah,
this is quite a fantastic choice to work with.
yeah.
So Keon, coming up, we do have the 2021-22 edition. We have a limited amount of time before that one goes into production. What would you recommend? What's the easiest way for people to get in contact with us?
Sure. So I would definitely recommend that they take the opportunity to be featured, to have their company featured in the directory. And note the choice of words we're using, it's a directory and not a magazine. So it's not just for putting a product out there, but letting people know who they can contact, who's responsible for which area in your organization. So if they need to make specific contact for networking, for events, etc., it's easier for them to do that. So my recommendation would be to don't procrastinate, get on board. You can call us on 223-5583, and one of our team members will take you through the process of how your organization can be featured here in the Who's Who in Guyana 2021-2022 edition. So don't wait. If you can see from the images that Dr. Vishnu is going through, it is far and wide across different industries, sectors, businesses, etc. So it's really providing you with that widespread reach when it comes to the directory.
Thank you. And we our plan is to ensure that the launch happens in the third quarter of this particular year.
Yeah,
And we do have our budget that's coming up, so we're really one of the key features is making sure that there's enough good information about where our country is heading. What are some of the sectors that will be heavily stimulated, so that people out there can also make a decision of where do they want to invest, where do they really want to focus when it comes to promoting their own organizations.
yeah,
And we always kick off such events with a fantastic launch, and Keon, do you remember last year?
Yes, I do remember last year. I've actually on Saturday as well. I was reminded about the launch because one of the participants of that event on Saturday actually attended the launch. So when she saw it, she was like, "Wow, I was here." And when you can hear people exhibit such exuberance about being at an event, you know that that event definitely was impactful. So she was telling me all about it, all smiles, telling me about her presence at the event and how she really enjoyed it. So that in itself, and it's such a coincidence, it only happened on Saturday, was a reminder about the efforts we put to make sure that our events are executed, to the best of our abilities, reducing as much hiccups as possible, and we do it in collaboration with a very, very important person. You're seeing him in the picture. We collaboration with Honorable Greg, the British High Commissioner. I'm not sure if he's still going to be there for this year because I know he had indicated that he may be returning. But definitely, that collaboration has been fantastic, and we're able to pull off a spectacular event.
Yeah, and here you can just see a couple of shots of the launch, and the launch is an event, really, really fantastic event as well. It really allows people to, network. Again, this year that's why we're pushing it a little to the third quarter because there's a lot of scope in terms of making sure that people can really connect with each other. I'm hoping that we don't have to do an online launch, but it would be really nice for us to do it in person. It really brings people together. It allows people to really have a sense of camaraderie and putting faces to the names of the companies, right? Because when we keep hearing about all these companies, it sounds good, but who are the people? Who are the people within the organization? And the launch itself, again, a lot of networking, um, a lot of connections, business connections being made. And yeah, strongly encourage people to make sure that they get on board very early so that they're able to benefit from not just being in the directory, but also the networking that comes with it. I know that we have an ongoing program as well where we feature the participants in the Who's Who. And Keon, you've actually been leading that charge. Can you tell people a little bit about what happens when it comes to promoting organizations that are in the Who's Who?
Definitely. So not only is your company visible in the physical directory and also on our online platform, we provide to the persons who subscribe to the Who's Who directory the opportunity to have a live interview that is streamed on a minimum of 10 platforms, social media platforms, that is, including their social media platforms and ours, that we go through a very, I would say, simple questions, but with big impact, so that they can share with the public who their company is or what their company does and how can it benefit the persons out there. And on that note, Dr. Darga, that series is going to be restarting very soon. It's going to be for the month of March. We are going to be recommencing those interviews with the subscribers to the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory, and just providing them with that opportunity to connect with the people out there. As you mentioned, very often we hear about the companies, or in some cases, we don't even hear about the companies, but we want to get to know the people behind the company because those are the persons who need to deliver the service and/or the product. So it provides that opportunity for the persons who subscribe in the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory. So we are looking to provide you with as much opportunity as possible to let people know about your business and your products and your services.
Very good. So, we have opened up this week the registration to really get into the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory. For anyone out there, if you even if you're working with an organization, let them know it's a good way to feature the people in the organization.
Yeah.
And our job is to make sure that it gets very far and wide coverage, both in hard copy and online. You'll see one of the graphs just now, one of the statistics with the tens of thousands of people who have been searching for information on Guyana and who have found the who's who. So, take full advantage of this opportunity. We will be ramping up the production even further. And, if Kian, should we let them know a little bit about the sneak peek of what's going to happen very soon with the, it's going to involve TV. Anything else you want to let people know there, Kian?
Yeah, it's gonna involve TV.
It's going to
That
involve
is
TV.
it's gonna involve TV.
Right? So just
Persons out here who followed us from the time that we started will know that we're always looking to innovate and to test different opportunities around. So we are going to be providing the public with another source of information coming very soon. And as Dr. Vishnu said, it does involve TV. So stay tuned.
I can tell you that Keon, our resident film star, is all ready to go, and yeah, it's a very exciting project. We what we want to do is make sure that we connect businesses, we improve the standards of organizations, we help people improve their skills. We help people looking for jobs as well to get jobs that really suit their qualifications.
Yeah.
So we love what we do, and the Who's Who really gives us that platform to be able to support many, many, many more individuals and organizations. So we do look forward to your support, and you can see the photos are endless, right? Because we've distributed and we continue to distribute thousands and thousands of hard copies locally, internationally. I think
Dr.
if
Lloyd, before you go, there are a few pictures back that to let persons know that's all the way in Nashville, Tennessee.
yeah,
So
Nashville, Tennessee, we've done Houston, Texas, we've
yes,
done Trinidad.
yes, that's all
So
the way in Houston.
all the way in Houston, there are a lot of people in Houston very, very interested in what we do here in Guyana, and it really allows us to, step up our game significantly and step up Guyana's game as well.
Yeah.
Guyana is not going to get better automatically if we don't make those efforts, right? If every single one of us doesn't make the efforts to really raise our standards, we're not going to get to where we need to get to, right? So yeah, I could just keep clicking here forever. I forgot some of these pictures as well of how much we have been able to uh, yeah, to really impact people, right? Really able to share the message about what's happening in Guyana.
Correct. And just on that too, Dr. Durga, if they want to get their hands on a copy, they can either caller come into our office, of course, COVID-19 protocols to be observed. Or if you see our Who's Who in Guyana business, Ozone Guyana Business Directory mobile around, our van is wrapped in our Who's Who in Guyana uh, Business Directory.
I can even see the president taking a peep into the who's who.
Yeah, it's a really good picture.
Right? And he's holding it very closely. Right, so I think there's quite a lot of scope, and if you want to get more info as well, just go to the website, click on Get Featured, and you'll be able to submit your interest, and you'll be able to see the various options as well that are available. So we've been working on making it as easy as possible for you. Kian, thank you for taking the time out to share some of this information with persons out there, persons looking at how do we really promote our organizations better.
Yeah.
Um, any final advice, any final guidance to people looking out there?
Sure, definitely. So even though we are coming out, well, I shouldn't say coming out, but we're adapting a bit more to this pandemic, it is looking at the opportunities that will come ahead in the future and not just be stagnated by what is happening currently. And look at how do you invest in the future growth of your business, and not just by being in the who's who, but any innovation that you need to incorporate now in order for you to be successful in the future. Don't have this mindset that you need to wait until things get better or get back to normal. There is no normal anymore. It's our ability to adapt and re-engineer our business models that will determine our survival. So if you want to sit in the corner and think that it is going to solve itself by some form of osmosis, well, I'll be seeing you in that corner. But innovate and keep moving forward.
All right. Thank you very much, Kian. And anybody else who's interested, you can message wherever you're seeing this video right now. Send an email to info@actioninvest.org, or get on to one of us. We'll leave you with a few clips of a few well, not videos, a few photos of what has been happening in terms of the distribution. And share this video. Make sure that people can really know what is available. Take care.
Good. See you guys.